Some of this morning's and last night's camp lessons. Terry just mentioned whoever's side, if you have one vestibule or the other vestibule, always do that side, and that's the one you're responsible for, so we don't end up walking back and forth wasting time. That's super good. Pouring water into one of those foil pouches, definitely a lesson there. Had a minor accident last night, and whenever you're pouring something, and these are just book notes, by the way, these aren't going to be broadcast. Don't worry, that's why I'm saying them differently. Make sure the bottle or bag or whatever is on the ice or the ground or the shovel. That way when you're pouring, if there's some spillage, you're not committed to holding that bag and the hot water's pouring over your hand. And as far as knives and spoons and little trinketry, always keep them together in a Ziploc, making them bigger, but they're always in the same place because Terry's knife got into the bottom of this dark bag. It's a black knife floating around, and when was the last time we saw it?
First day of the trip.
Okay, so yeah, he's had a knife for 6 days, but it just reappeared magically. So it's those little trinkets, you actually have to make them bigger and then keep them all in the same place, and that reduces your time spent looking and fiddling around. That's been a huge saver. What else? Just these little tidbits.
Teamwork on putting up and taking down the tent. We each kind of do the same thing every time, and it becomes automatic very quickly.
And then roll the tent in the same direction even.
Right.
So when we unroll it, I'm doing the unrolling.
Which vestibule.
Yeah, and Tent's prepping the stake, or Terry's prepping the stakes and the poles while I'm unrolling the tent. And that way the direction is known every time. Making sure to get all of our sleds in the right place, so when you unroll the tent, we're not having to drag sleds another 40 feet around wastefully. So pre-position everything so you don't have to keep dragging sleds. That is a big time saver.
Yeah, that's been a good time saver.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Keeping things in the corner pocket, placing things in the same place every time, and when you have the temptation to say, oh, I'll just put it here for the moment, don't do it. Put it in its home, because that minute you waste, it adds up. It just, how come I'm going to bed at 11 o'clock instead of 10:30? It's because you did 30 things that made you fill around for half an hour. Guilty as charged. Definitely. Okay, any other good tidbits?
None that come to mind right now.
Okay. Oh, sunscreen early.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, since you're handling chemicals and you're doing food and everything, just get the sunscreen cracked out now, so when you step out, you don't have to worry about handling the frozen sunscreen.
Well, and two things I'm doing is I'm thawing out my wet wipe this morning and my sunscreen so I can use them. So think about putting those things in your pockets before you are ready to get out of the tent.
Before you need to use that.
Or in your chest.
Yep, so you don't have to enjoy a minus 20 degree wet wipe in the business section.
And yeah, they just freeze into globs. They don't even come apart.
Yeah.